Hi, my name is Andre Barrett, and welcome to Sleep Out Columbus. Sleep Out Columbus and the Huckleberry House has invited me to sing a couple of songs for you guys, and I want to thank the team, and I hope you enjoy. When I wake up in the morning, love, and the sunlight hurts my eyes, and something without warning, love, bears heavy on my mind. Then I look at you, and the world is alright with me. And just one look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely day. A lovely day. When the day lies ahead of me, seems impossible to face, and someone else instead to me always seems to know the way. Then I look at you, and the world is alright with me. And just one look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely day. A lovely day. When the day lies ahead of me, seems impossible to face, and someone else instead to me always seems to know the way. And then I look at you, and the world is alright with me. And just one look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely day. A lovely day. A lovely day. 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 Lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day. That was "Lovely Day" by Bill Withers. Whew. So, once again, I want to thank these guys for inviting me out. It's been I'm not even gonna. It's been a minute since I performed in front of people, and it's truly a blessing as an artist to sing in front of people, to help them experience what's going on around here. And I think the Huckleberry House is doing a fantastic thing here, raising awareness in Columbus. So please, if you can, support. You doesn't have to be money. You can give your time, give someone a hand, sometimes a shoulder. It's really, really important. The next song, I hope you smile at. Make a smile for me. Lately I've been so lonely, and a smile from you might make these blues go away. Stay a while with me. Can't you tell I'm lonely, and a smile from you might make it a nicer day. Close your eyes and dream of a sunny place. Watch the world light up with your smile. Stay with me and smile at me, sunny face. Chase the clouds away with your smile. Make a smile for me. Lately I've been so lonely, and a smile from you might make these blues go away. Stay a while with me. Baby, and a smile from you might make it a nicer place. Close your eyes and dream of a sunny place. Watch the world light up with your smile. Stay with me and smile at me, sunny face. Chase the clouds away with your smile. With your smile. With your smile. Thank you. That was Smile with Me by Bill Withers. I kind of owe a lot to Bill Withers. May he rest in peace. When I first started singing, I really didn't know what to go off of. And him being a baritone really kind of helped find songs that I find comfort in. So a lot of songs you will hear today are from Bill Withers. However, this next one is not, and actually it's not even a song, it's a poem. At the company that I work with called Transit Arts, shout out to Transit Arts family, we host a lot of workshops, and one of the workshops that we teach is poetry. And we allow the kids to really try to express themselves. And I actually started with poetry with Barbara Fant, and she's really helped encourage me to express myself to the people. So this is me expressing myself to the people. So I hope you enjoy. My first poem is just some small needful facts that I've learned. A small needful fact is that pineapples are not native to Hawaii. That space is sometimes needed to bring people together. That parents are kids whose bruises gained over time write hymns, manuscripts, and case studies. That parents are kids whose scary monsters live in their mind instead of underneath their bed. That kids sometimes need a hand on their shoulder instead of their backside. That kids scream the loudest when their voice is under silence, and that they need an ear to heal that silence. That tears are symptoms to much deeper problems. That winning started with planning, which started with failing, which started with trying. That that America's history is and junk drawers have a lot in common. That understanding others' needs could fill the needs in yourself. That cleaning your room can lead to cleaning thoughts. And that family is built on respect rather than blood. That doing something 3 times for someone can lead to an expectation. That's important. and that everybody is valuable. That giving someone an option is way better than forcing someone an answer, and that you can be loved if you show love in return. That planting many seeds can lead to one tree, and that most importantly, and I do mean most importantly, that you are loved. Those are some small needful facts. Um, so this next song is a nice song. It sounds like a love song, but it's not. Don't you tell me that it wasn't meant to be. And call it quits, and call it destiny. Just because it won't come easily, that doesn't mean we shouldn't try. We had a good thing going lately. Might not always been a fairy tale, but you know, I know that ain't real. I take the truth over the story. You might have tried my patience greatly. I'm not about to let us fail, and I'll be the wind picking up your sail. But won't you do something for me? But don't you tell me that it wasn't meant to be. And call it quits, and call it destiny. Just because it won't come easily, doesn't mean shouldn't try. Coming and going, inside out, back to front, all tangled up and messy. And that's how it's been handed. Always be. Well, that's alright with me. But don't you tell me that it wasn't meant to be. Call it quits and call it destiny. Just don't come easily. It doesn't mean we shouldn't try. Try. Just because it won't come easily, doesn't mean we shouldn't try. That was Easily by Bruno Major. It's not really typically a love song. Bruno Major kind of wrote it about his relationship with music. And I think something I took away from that is, even when it's hard and it's difficult, if it's something you care about, something you love to do, don't give up on it. Just don't. The next song, it's a jazz standard, and I like jazz standards, so I hope you enjoy. The autumn leaves drift by my window. The autumn leaves turn red and gold. I see your lips, the summer kisses, the sunburned hands, the ones I used to know. Since you ran away, the days grow old, and soon I'll hear old winter song. But I miss you most of all, my darling. When autumn leaves start to fall. Since you ran away, the days grow old, and soon I'll hear old winter song. But I miss you most of all, my darling. When autumn leaves start to fall. That was Autumn Leaves, the rendition by Eva Cassidy, but actually written by, and I'm sorry if I butcher his name, Jacques Perivet. It's a French name. I like jazz standards. I'm gonna do one more poem. I'm gonna do two more poems. And this poem means a lot to me from my personal experience as once as a black boy and now as a black man. So this is all to all my brothers, my friends, my mentors, and the people I know. It's called Black Boys. Melanin is not painted on traffic signs, so don't treat it as a warning. It is their doorway to our history and masterpieces. You call their masculinity dangerous, yet you fail to view a young hero discovering his newfound power. You paint their hands with destruction, but there are other outcomes. When guided, these boys' hands can create mountains from the molehills that they were raised upon. So put tools in their hearts to give birth to opportunity. They will build roads of history and make plans so their futures can thrive. Their calling card will be on the word schematics, their bodies. No matter the statute or age or not, your punching bags are target practice. Their love, regardless of the target, is righteous when given the proper direction. They will blanket their babies, anchor their comrades, nurse the ill, protect their proper kings and queens. So do not rebrand their report cards as a grown man's rap sheet. Give them time to learn, from their failed tests from the teacher called life. Let their hands be stained by forging their own future instead of by the ink of your preconceived notions. You paint their bodies dirty but study the origins, and you'll see that their clean canvases started with crooked guidelines. Do not paint them like mongrels, then cry criminal or ingrate when your olive branches have the roots of poplar trees. Instead, let them grow into the kings that we know they can truly be. Black boys. This next song means a lot to me because my grandmother gave it to me. And one day, I was sitting here just jamming and having a good time. My grandmother came to me and she says, baby, can you do me a favor, baby? Can you sing Grandma's Hands for me? And I'm like, yeah, Grandma. Like, am I going to say no to Grandma? That's just rude. Like, I got to do something for Grandma. So I learned how to sing Grandma's Hands. And I used it to kind of get over my fear of singing in front of people. And I sung it in front of 5 people, and then 10 people, then 20, then 50, then 100, then in rec centers and schools. And then about 2 years ago, I got to sing it in front of 8,000 people at the Harmony Project, you know. So I'll shout out anytime that I perform to my grandmother and my mothers and my aunts, my grandma Mamie and my grandma Vanessa, all the women in my life. This is for you. Grandma's hands clapping church on Sunday morning. Grandma's hands play the tambourine so well. Grandma's hands used to issue out a warning. She'd say, baby, don't you run so fast, might fall on a piece of glass. There'll be snakes up in the grass. Grandma's hands. Soothe the local unwed mother. Grandma's hands used to ache sometimes and swell. Grandma's hands used to lift her face and tell her, she'd say, baby, Grandma understands that you really love that man. Put yourself in Jesus' hands. Grandma's hands. To hand me a piece of candy. Grandma's hands pick me up each time I fell. Grandma's hands, boy, they really came in handy. She'd say, Maddie, don't you whip that boy. What you wanna spank him for? He ain't drop no half a core, but I don't have Grandma anymore. When I get to heaven, I look for Grandma. Grandma's hands. Shout out to all the grandmas of the world, you know what I'm saying? I like this song because it reminds me to appreciate what I have. For all we know, we may never meet again. Before you go, make this moment sweet again. We won't say goodnight until the last minute. I hold out my will be in it. For all we know, this may only be a dream. It comes and goes like the ripples of a stream. So love me tonight. Tomorrow's made for some. Tomorrow may never come, for all we know. That was For All We Know by Sam M. Lewis and J. Fred Coos. So my last poem, I'm gonna make it quick, is about my home. If you don't mind, I would like to talk about something that is special to me. Something that is special to everyone who has it, and everyone can have it. I would like to talk about my home with you. Now, I'm not referring to a place that I live in, that is a house. A home is much more than any house, apartment, condo, or mansion. Sometimes a home doesn't even have a location. To me, when you have a home, you have something that is not tangible yet shelters you in the darkest of storms. It is priceless yet holds no monetary value. A home has no form. It is able to stretch across seas, skies, land, and even space and time. Whether you leave it behind or it moves on, it always stays with you. Something that is vast yet could be so small it could fit into your very arms, but it ain't always sunshine and lollipops when you deal with constant challenges and take on many responsibilities that, if taken lightly, can bring you to the point of madness. The smallest of issues can turn into the biggest of catastrophes, like how a leaky faucet can turn into a flooded basement or a faulty wall plug into a house fire. Building it can take years, and the smallest mistake can make it crumble, just as a cookie does when it is dropped into milk. However, if the foundation is built properly, it can withstand the pressure of God's finger. It is the only thing I know that gets stronger as the winds of life and the waves of tragedy try to erode its surface, and it is the only thing I know that requires walls and ceilings to be broken in order to make it stronger home. Thank you.
Thank you, Andre. And good evening, everyone. Welcome to the 4th annual Sleep Out. Whether you are here on the English Plaza at COSI or watching from home, we are glad you are with us tonight. There are lots of numbers and statistics being shared during this kickoff, and I won't repeat them all, but I do want to focus on a few key facts. As we stand here with our beautiful city behind us, it's hard to imagine any young person living on the streets. But here in Columbus, 3,000 youth ages 14 to 24 experience homelessness every year. In addition, another 4,000 are at risk of becoming homeless, meaning they don't know where they will sleep next week or the week after. At Huckleberry House, we have a teen crisis shelter for 12 to 17-year-olds. In a normal year, 600 teens will seek shelter with us at Huck House. We also have a housing program that offers a range of options for 17 to 24-year-olds, and that all takes place in 114 apartments. Last year, across all Huck House programs, we provided 19,529 nights of shelter. Housing and shelter are only the first steps. Huck House offers all the youth in our programs comprehensive support, counseling, life skills, case management, parent mentoring, and connections to resources. If you are a young adult or the parent of a young adult, or even if you were at one time a young person on the doorstep of adulthood, you know it takes much more than a house to help you achieve the life you see for yourself. It takes resources and the support of people who care. The fact that you are here for this kickoff tells me and tells our community that you care. When we hosted the first Sleep Out in 2018, we had two goals. First, to raise awareness about homelessness among youth in Columbus. Second, the Sleep Out is a fundraising event. This year's goal is to raise $100,000 for Huck House programs that provide safe housing and comprehensive support for our community's youth. So if a friend invited you to watch this live stream, please consider donating to their Sleep Out page. Tonight, I'm adding a third goal. My hope is that this event will also raise empathy. In the past year, we all have been given opportunities to look outside of ourselves and consider the needs of our broader community. I know a one-night event won't teach any of us what it is like to be without stable housing, but I do hope you will spend tonight reflecting on the experiences of the youth who passed through the doors of Huck House. I hope you will wake up tomorrow morning with a heightened empathy, an empathy that will motivate you to be an advocate for youth in our community, to use your voice and your resources to help build better opportunities and better futures for all youth. Thank you again for being here. I look forward to seeing your posts on social media tonight using the hashtag SleepOutColumbus.
Hi, I'm Michelle Heritage, Executive Director of Community Shelter Board, and welcome to the Sleep Out. I want to thank Huckleberry House for your many years of service and helping the youth in our community. You have literally helped thousands of youth get back on their feet who were unstably housed or experiencing literal homelessness and had nowhere else to turn. And for those young people under 18, you provided safe shelter and got them reconnected to the resources they need to be successful. Homelessness is a big problem in our community, and it takes a collaborative approach to address it. Huckleberry House stepped up and was around the table with us to develop a comprehensive solution for youth homelessness in our community. And Huckleberry House is now providing a collaborative space at Kenmore Place where other youth-serving partners can come together and work as a team to solve youth homelessness. So have a good sleep out. Thank you so much, Huckleberry House. We're grateful for you in the community. We appreciate you, and we appreciate all of you who have come to the Sleep Out tonight. Thank you.
Here at Huck House, we provide comprehensive support and safe housing to empower our community's most vulnerable youth to achieve the future they see for themselves. Founded in 1970 as a shelter for runaway teens, Huck House works to prevent and end youth homelessness through 4 core programs. The Teen Crisis Shelter, open 24/7, serves as a national safe place for young people ages 12 through 17. Our team not only provides a bed and warm meals, but also crisis intervention counseling and life skills training. In our housing programs, we serve over 114 young people ages 17 through 24 through a range of housing options. Whether a resident of transitional living, VOCA, or permanent supportive housing, each young person is equipped with an apartment and team to help them build independent living skills. Our youth outreach team serves as a Central Ohio's coordinated access point for youth in need of housing. They work with other local agencies and provide case management while youth are waiting to move into identified housing. And our in-house counseling staff provides strengths-based counseling services for youth and families across the community.
Young people living in cars. young moms with baby in tow walking the streets at night. Regrettably, some of our young people exchange sex for a place to sleep. It's our goal to stop and say no. At the Center for Healthy Families, we stand along with our outstanding partner, Huckleberry House, as we say no. Healthy families need healthy homes in order to really focus on a healthy life. Huckleberry House is that shining star that provides outstanding services for many of our vulnerable children and their children. The collaboration that we have is that we come together to add services one to another to make sure that we work collaboratively with our young people at Kenmore. Our young people need an opportunity to see beyond their front doors. But as we know, many of them don't have a front door. We are so thrilled of your support tonight as you sleep out. Now today is a wonderful day. The sun is shining. It's about 62 degrees. So as you're at your homes tonight, let's think of our young people in the middle of February when it's snowing and it's 10 below zero. And at 7:30 at night, there generally is no room at the end. We appreciate your support. We appreciate your thoughtfulness to bring in awareness to young people that are homeless. We can't do it without you. Thank you. On behalf of the Center for Healthy Families, along with our staff and our board, we ask you to join us because we can't do this alone. God bless you all.
Okay. Thank you for having me here tonight. My name is Ariana. I was in the transitional living program when I was 21 years old. I moved in with my 18-month-old daughter at the time, and we came from Choices, which for people who don't know what Choices is, it's a domestic violence shelter. Stephanie and Amanda had sat down with me at Choices and told me a little bit about the transitional living program, and not too long after that I had moved in. I was full of anxiety, understandably, first moving in, but I was provided with everything that I needed from my daughter and myself, including furniture, food, and everything that was needed. The one thing that I'll never forget is the phenomenal support I had received from everyone when I was living in the transitional living program. I was also battling an eating disorder at the time, which almost took my life, and I felt like I was losing my battle. I felt extremely hopeless, and then one day I remember being told that Amanda had gotten me into Children's Eating Disorder Clinic, which meant a lot because I was having issues before Choices getting into treatment. And from there, she went out of her way to help me to make sure my eating disorder was addressed. After my first appointment, I was hospitalized a lot, sadly. I didn't know how bad my eating disorder was, and I had a lot of emotions. But despite being in the hospital constantly, the support never stopped. Somebody was always sitting there with me, whether it was Amanda or Stephanie or one of the CSAs. I always had support. Eventually, I ended up going inpatient in Pittsburgh while I was living through the transitional living program, and it was a battle trying to get me into treatment to begin with. But I got out and stepped down to partial hospitalization, but I've always had that support. The accountability was always, even when I did partial hospitalization, I was there for like 6 hours a day, but I still had to do meals outside of that, and I still had that support. I would sit in the office and eat my meals, which was kind of hard sometimes, but eventually my name had come up on the CHN wait list, and I ended up moving out, but I still had the support from everyone. Stephanie and I would take walks, and it's the biggest thing that I got from this program was the support and somewhere to lay my head at night with my daughter. I've experienced a lot of challenges, but because of the hope that these people held on for me until I got it myself. It gave me my life back, and now I am working in the field of helping people now. I work as a case manager, and I'm forever grateful, yeah. No, people didn't give up on me, so that's the biggest thing for me. So thank you.
I'm Sherrod Brown. It's an honor to serve all of you in the United States Senate. Thank you to Huck House for everything you do to provide support in safe housing for young people in Central Ohio. Thank you to everyone sleeping out tonight to raise awareness for youth homelessness. A safe, stable home is the foundation for everything else in life, your health, your education, your opportunity. You know that. Far too many young people, as you're acutely aware, far too many young people don't have that safe, stable home. We can and we must make sure that every young person has a safe and stable place to call home. As the new chair for just a couple of months now of the Senate Banking and Housing Committee, this committee's not just all about Wall Street as it's been in the past. The Senate Banking and Housing Committee is going to mostly be about housing. We're going to focus on housing and homelessness more than we ever have. Housing is a civil rights issue. It's an infrastructure issue. The work you do to raise awareness and advocate for your community makes a real difference. This December, Congress passed my legislation to ensure that youth aging out of foster care have access to housing. That legislation was born out of the ideas and advocacy of Ohio foster care alumni who are fighting to build a better future for their brothers and sisters in care. Children in foster care, youth in unstable homes, they don't have a super PAC. They don't have high-priced lobbyists. They have you, outspoken, committed, empathetic citizens and activists. So keep speaking out, giving a voice to the homeless youth who have no other voice in the government. Thank you to Huckleberry House. I always smile when I think of Huckleberry House because the first person I hired when I was Secretary of State was working at Huckleberry House, as he called it Huck House. That's why I started that way. This was many years ago, but he always had such great things about the work that you all have done, and I've watched you for 30 years as a result. Thank you to all of you. Thank you for your activism. Thank you for your empathy. Thank you for speaking out and being committed citizens who care about your community in such important ways. So thank you again.
Good evening. My name is Jonathan Ross, and I am the development manager here at the Huckleberry House. It is a pleasure to be here and to be amongst all of the individuals here out on Cosi Plaza. We look forward to this night, to the 4th annual Sleep Out, where we will raise awareness and funds to end youth homelessness. Firstly, I would like to thank all of our sponsors that have supported us this year during the Sleep Out. L Brands Foundation, the Durzon family, Nationwide, Ohio Capital Corporation, Big Lots, Ohio Housing Finance Agency, Carlisle, Patchen, and Murphy, the Thiesing family, Savista Bank, Telhio, Roach Studios, Mix 1079, and the Radio 1 Columbus conglomerate. Next, I would also like to thank all of our friends of Huck House that have supported this year's Huck House and that continue to support us year after year. This evening, we all have the opportunity to take some time and to truly reflect on the experience that all of the 3,000 youth that experience homelessness here in Franklin County go through on a day-to-day basis. I ask you today to take this time as you sleep in a space that may not be comfortable, like your bed. So taking that time to either be out in the yard or out on your car or wherever you see fit to have this experience this evening, and then reflect. So not only are we sleeping out, but we want to truly reflect on what would it feel like to be in this space if I were in this space as one of these 17 to 24-year-olds that are experiencing homelessness on a day-to-day basis. And then share that. Share it via social media. You can share it with us utilizing the hashtag SleepOutColumbus on all social media platforms. I encourage you, for all those who have registered, to look to your social media toolkit for ways that you can continue to share the experience throughout the evening, and stay safe. Again, be reflective, be intentional about this experience here, and know that all that you have done up until this point to get us to that 88,000 goal that we've reached so far, that it is all worth it. And it's all very important and very impactful in the lives of these young people who experience homelessness on a day-to-day basis. So I thank you again for the opportunity to be here and to be before you. I would like to reintroduce Andre Barrett Jr. of Transit Arts, who will give us our final selection. Have a good evening.
Sometimes in our lives, we all have pain, we all have sorrow, but if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. And I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long, and I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Please swallow your pride if I have things you need to borrow, for no one can feel those are your needs that you won't let show. So just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you'd understand. We all need somebody to lean on. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend, and I'll help you carry on for long, till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Said if there is a load that you have to bear, that you can't carry, said I'm right down the road, and I'll share your load. If you just call me, lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend, and I'll help you carry on. For it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. So just call on me, sister, when you need a friend. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you'd understand. We all need somebody to lean on. So just call me, call me. So just call me. Won't you call me? Call me. Won't you call me? Call me. Won't you call me? Thank you.